Welcome to Critical Music with Marcus. My purpose with this channel is twofold. First, and primarily, let's get great sounding music from our listening systems. But second, I'd like you to join me as I upgrade my own system over the next several weeks. Today's topic is choosing between stereo or 2-channel and surround sound with 5 or more channels, but not for home theater, for music listening. Or maybe we can have both. Let's get to it. And I'm back. So, why 2-channel stereo? Well, 2-channel stereo came out in the 60s. It replaced mono LPs, very popular with audiophiles. One of the primary reasons is audiophiles, or not necessarily an audiophile, a lot of people still play 2-channel stereo LPs, better known now as vinyl. It sends an analog signal direct to your speakers, which play analog signals. It's considered a very pure sound. However, there's also multi-channel, and this is very popular with home theaters, and it contains 5 or more channels typically. But you can also use your multi-channel system for music listening, and so the question now is, can you have both? A good stereo system and a good multi-channel system in your home in order to get a great music experience. So let's take a look at the speakers I have now. I have the SVS Ultra system. You can see there's a left and right speaker with a center channel below it and 2 surround sounds. So that's 5 total speakers. It'll play home theater, I think, exceptionally well, but it'll also play music quite well. But I wasn't quite satisfied. Here's the way it looks in my living room. I've got 3 GIK diffusion panels along the front wall, and the diffusion panels help with rooms that can smear or somehow distort the sound of your speakers. So I did put some room treatments in to help boost the speakers. However, I did order 2 brand new floor-standing left-right channel speakers. They're the Spatial Audio X3s. On the bottom is a 15-inch powered subwoofer. In the center, there's a 12-inch mid-range, which I'm excited to hear because it contains a lot of the vocals. And then up top, there is an air motion tweeter with a waveguide for directivity, and all the speakers are open in the back. Let's take a look. This is what the subwoofer looks like out back, and the subwoofer has no box around it, and that theoretically is supposed to help all 3 speakers minimize distortion from your room and provide a great listening experience. And finally, a picture of someone that has the X3s in their living room. I'll have it set up similarly with using the new X3s for both stereo listening, and then I'll throw in my center channel and surrounds and see what multi-channel sounds like. My new speakers arrive in a week or so, so I'm asking you to join me. I'll do an unboxing video and a setup video, and of course, we'll do a lot of listening tests. I'm doing this because I think it's finally time I have a superb music listening experience, which is what I'm looking for. I do have both stereo and multi-channel music. So join me over the next few weeks as I experiment with the new speakers. Am I going to get the sound I'm looking for? And then in combination with my current speakers to see if they're going to help me with getting a multi-channel surround sound music experience as well. There is some music I want to try out. The first one is a jazz album Stanley Clark has a lot of bass in this album. I'm excited to see how that sounds with the new speakers. For more of a big band sound, I've got Marion Meadows with Players Club, and this is another great sound for jazz. Switching over to classical, my sons and I really like this album. Super orchestration, choral, and there's a mezzo-soprano as well. And then for a violin solo, I've got this album. It has an orchestra and a solo violin. It'll be interesting to see how that air motion tweeter handles this. So look, question is, did I answer the question? And seriously, no. And that's because I can't yet. I have to get the speakers in, see what they sound like, and then do a comparison of stereo listening with the new speakers, and then stereo plus my old speakers to create a multi-channel effect and see which way we would go. But I invite your comments. Do you prefer stereo? Do you prefer multi-channel? Do you have both systems combined, like I'm going to try and do? Or do you have a separate listening room? I'm looking forward to reading your comments and speaking with you again soon.